Welcome to this lecture. Today we are going to deal with these topics little quickly but in detailed approach. My name is Gunjan Subedi and as always I'll be guiding you in this topic with practical explanation and examples when necessary. Before starting, let me kindly remind you to subscribe to my Lean University, which is my initiative to deliver free and quality professional education to your screen. Concept of Muda and 8 types of waste. So we learned in the previous lectures that the whole idea of implementing Lean is eliminating every kind of waste or Muda, because when we look to eliminate or reduce the waste, we also automatically improve the process. When we eliminate the sources of defects, we start generating the profits. So let us study in detail. What is Muda? Muda, Mura and Muri that we are going to learn are the Japanese concept that refers to 3 categories of waste found in the business. These terms should be understood for implementing the proper Lean process. These are basically used and are popular terms for the manufacturing-based industry. However, the concepts are also used in other service-based or any other business also. Muda simply refers to those processes or activities that do not add value to the customer's expectation. Muda simply means waste. So if the customer's expectations or what customers pay for is not met in any process, that means that particular process is generating a Muda. So why should they be eliminated? Because the process or activities that do not add value just increase the cost or make the process longer. If the Muda is not eliminated, then we are simply spending money for useless process or just wasting our time. Muda can increase the cost or make the process longer than they would have taken. In my personal professional experience too, I have seen companies making profit up to 560% and reducing up to 98% of the time to complete the process. This is too extreme. It doesn't always happen that way, but I can promise that you can use the Lean tools to eliminate the Muda, and there is no doubt that you will improve the overall process with Lean implementation. The Toyota production system pointed out that there could be 7 types of Muda, and later the Muda of talent was also added, making 8 types of Muda. So we have Muda of overproduction, Muda of processing, Muda or waste of transport, Muda or waste of inventory, Muda of motion, Muda of waiting, Muda of defects, and Muda of talent. Now let us see individually what this means. We are going to deal with these in much detail in the individual lectures in the yellow belt. In this lecture, we are going to have a quick preview. There is a Muda of overproduction when items are manufactured more or faster than they are required. There is a Muda of overprocessing that occurs when more work is put into the product or service than is actually required. There is Muda of transportation when there is unnecessary material movements or unnecessary tools or equipment movement. There is a Muda of inventory that just takes valuable space, time in the inventory management, and opportunity cost. And there is Muda of motion, which simply means the physical movement of a person or machine to complete the work. There is also a Muda of waiting, which occurs when the raw materials have not approached the facility or certain step of the process to make the product or the process is hold at some previous step of the process. There is also a Muda of defect that occurs when errors and reworks are created. And as I told earlier, except these 2, there is important Muda, and I emphasize this type of Muda more than other types of Muda, which is the Muda of talent, which occurs when right people are not hired or their talent is not used in the right place. I see that students make a lot of mistakes in identifying Muda when questions are asked in the competitive exams. And I've seen that even professionals with years of experiences have trouble locating Muda or understanding the concept of Muda. So before moving further, let's have some practice. The scenario is Rhonda is a production specialist at XYZ Chemicals. There are 4 steps in the production process of a certain product, which is a mixture of 2 chemicals, say powder A and B. So when A and B are combined, they form a product. In the first step, we try to make the particle size of the powder or chemical smaller so that they can be blended with. The step 2 is blending of the powder. And the third step is quality check, which involves some waiting time. And suppose the fourth step is packing the powder mixture. So can you identify Muda or the source of Muda in the process? I will give you some time to think. Okay, I think you have come up with the answer. Let me share the answer for this question. The Muda is obviously in step number 3, although we can say there could be Muda in every process steps and we can still improve every process steps. But here we can say that Muda in step 3 is quite obvious because here you are waiting 4 hours for the quality approval. There is also Muda of motion because the sample has to be moved to QC or another facility. There is a Muda of waiting in step number 4, which is due to the delay in step number 3. Although it's always not possible to eliminate all the Muda, we can do many things that can help to lessen or eliminate them. And this is all about what this course teaches you. Let's take another example. I will take service-based example this time. Suppose Bimal runs a pizza restaurant that has following process to make the pizza. There are different activities in order, and you can also see the related time, number of manpower, and distance travel and inventory. So these informations are given in the table. Can you identify the Muda in the process just by looking at the table? There could be any number of answers. This is sort of a creativity question. I will give you some time to think. Okay, let me reveal the answer. Yes, actually, you can relate to many Muda. In fact, there could be Muda in every process because we can always have space for improvement in every process, so we can reduce the time for every steps. But here some things are quite obvious in the table. For example, there is a Muda of motion here in step number 1, 3, 7, and we can reduce the time of motion by any means. In step number 5, a single pizza is taking roughly 10 minutes to prepare. That could be improved. So my whole concept of giving you this example is to show that Muda or learning lean management to reduce the Muda is not only important for manufacturing but in service or any other types of business. Finding and eliminating Muda is essential if you want to reduce the cost, improve the process efficiency, and increase the profits. Having said that, it's also important to learn how to eliminate the Muda. Well, there are several approaches and some approaches are also explained in this course. You can use various methodologies and tools to eliminate different kinds of Muda. We will learn in detail all the tools to eliminate the Muda in this course, so you do not have to memorize the concept now. Let's fight the Muda together. You and me, we are a team, and if you find any difficulties in understanding anything, please message me. For sure, I get a lot of students' messages, and for this reason, there might be a delay in responding right away. But I promise that I'll be back to your queries as soon as I am able to do so. There's a lot of lean adventures waiting for you in this course. Thank you so much for being with me so far in this lecture as well.
Before ending this lecture, let me remind you to join my Lean University's premium membership and enjoy a total free access for limited time inside my Lean University's online library and get tons of free courses, free books, and lecture topics on project management, Lean and Six Sigma, operations and supply chain, productive and preventive maintenance, quality maintenance, data science, industry and sales management, agile and scrum, Kaizen or continuous improvement, and much more totally free. No strings attached. As we have limited seats, only the early subscribers will be given open access inside the premium membership, and remember, it's totally free. Please subscribe and share the video if you share the common belief that professional education should be accessible to all.